A Guide to Morality. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim.
The first veil, removing the harm from the path. Silence the instinctive snake of your lower self and quiet the rationalizing mind. Listen deeply to these hadiths and their spiritual realities so that you may understand the first layer that conducts you toward Him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Between the servant and the Lord there are 70 veils of light and darkness. In every veil there is both light and darkness. The passage through each veil corresponds to one of the branches of faith, Shu'ab al-Iman. As the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, faith has 70-odd branches. The lowest of them is removing something harmful from the path, Imatat, al-adha, al-tariq. The first veil, therefore, is the science of removing the harmful from the path. In this branch, the believer is guided to the starting point of the way. However, one must first rid themselves of the internal harm, al-adha, the obstacles of hesitation, doubt, and discord, fitna, that arise to drag the soul back into eternal darkness. The barrier of doubt. This struggle is vividly depicted in Surah Al-Hadid, where Allah describes those who lose their light because they allow doubt to fester in their hearts. On the day you see the believing men and believing women, their light proceeding before them and on their right. On the same day, the hypocrite men and hypocrite women will say to those who believed, "Wait for us that we may acquire some of your light." It will be said, "Go back behind you and seek light." And a wall will be placed between them, with a door, its interior containing mercy, but on the outside of it is torment. The hypocrites will call to the believers, "Were we not with you?" They will say, "Yes, but you afflicted yourselves and doubted, and awaited misfortune, and wishful thinking deluded you." Quran 57, 12-14. Here, the harm on the path is identified precisely. You afflicted yourselves and doubted. This doubt acts as the barrier separating the soul from the light. If the seeker overcomes this doubt, they align with the supreme verse of Wilaya, sainthood, where Allah describes the transition from hesitation into certainty. Allah is the ally of those who believe. He brings them out of darknesses into the light. Quran 2:257. Thus, removing the harm is the act of removing the darkness of the self, allowing the seeker to step out of the circle of evil, da'irat as-sur, and into the first layer of divine light.
The point of no return.
Do not think that you can retract to a station of safety and continue at your old pace. Once you have reached this boundary between the two realms, you have asked for the truth, and Allah, by His immense mercy, has opened the gate. Do not imagine that by withdrawing from His mercy, you will remain in a state of grace. By turning back, you write with your own hands the chapters of constraint that will pursue you until your soul realizes what it has lost. If you are among the merciful flock, you will eventually find your way back to the gate He opened for you while still on this earth. But if you are among the transgressors, you will only realize the mercy you missed once your time on earth has passed. Since you have climbed the mountain of the self to reach this chapter of the book, you have already asked Him for guidance. Therefore, choose Him. Relinquish the I to receive the mercy He has made possible for you, before that I casts you into your will to delve into al-Qahhar's manifestation, the subduer.